Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how I schedule, and the reason I wanted to do this was because I started to use a new scheduling technique. I think it was just over 2 months ago, and honestly transformed my life, has made me so much more productive and so much better at following through and seeing tasks to completion. I was terrible at starting tasks and then not finishing them because I lose momentum, and then I would start to get a bit stressed out, like I just don't have time to do this. And especially because I am writing up my PhD thesis at the minute, it's a bit more of an unstructured period of time. I have to decide when I write, and I initially did not enjoy that. But with this new scheduling, it's just made life so much better. On top of my PhD, I also do a lot of science communication work, content creation, and I'm trying to balance the two things side by side because I really love them both, and I'm super passionate about the science communication work, so I didn't want to have to sacrifice that for my PhD. What that means is I have to have a really good, tight, efficient schedule, and I'm going to show it to you today. So if you are a student who has set class hours and needs to put study time in around those hours, if you are a PhD student who needs to arrange their time, if you are a new business owner who wants to get a really good schedule, or if you are starting a new project or you have a project and you're a bit stuck in a rut with it, this should hopefully really help you. So I'm now going to jump to my screen recording, if I can get this to work, and I will talk on there through how I make this schedule. It's really easy to do, and how I adapt it week to week to fit my needs. Let's go. Hello, I am here. Hi. I'm on 2 screens. Dun, 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 dun. So this is my schedule. I just thought I would show you this first. Right, the times on this look so weird. I promise you, I don't get up at 1 in the morning. It is just because I am currently 4 hours behind because I'm in Bermuda. So my schedule shifted to be 4 hours behind. So yeah, this was my schedule for when I was writing up my PhD thesis. It is going to have to change in a few weeks' time, but as you can see, if I click through from week to week, the schedule is exactly the same. That budges a bit because of me switching schedules, but the weeks are consistent. And this is something that I found really, really useful, is to have a consistent schedule that's in there every single week, and then I adapt it at the weekend before I start that week's work. What I should say here is that the method I use to schedule my work is time blocking. And that's where you block out big portions of time in your calendar to focus on specific tasks. This really allows you to get into that deep work, that focused frame of mind on that specific task. I am going to do videos on the neuroscience of deep work and other methods that you can use to enable your brain to have that focus and concentration, because it is really, really important for when you're working on projects that require a lot of creativity, imagination, self-discipline to be able to get yourself into that state. So that is the way I choose to schedule my days. Back to it. This is a look at my schedule. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change accounts where I don't have a schedule, and I will walk you through how to make one of these. So don't be afraid because it looks a bit scary, but it's really, really easy to make. So let's just pick my Julia AB Science account. So we have a lovely blank slate to work with. The first thing you need to do when you are making one of these schedules is to block out your hours that cannot be compromised. So for me, this at the minute would be my PhD writing time. Normally for me, it would be lab time, but if you're a student, this could be lectures and seminars. If you work a job, this could be the hours that you work that job. So the first thing I'm going to do is block out the time that I will be doing my PhD writing work. For me, because I really do have to get this done, I am doing it first thing in the morning because that's when my brain is at its best. So let's start. I'm using Google Calendars for this. I would say a computerized calendar is probably better. For me as a perfectionist, if I have a written calendar and then have to cross things out, it drives me mad. Whereas this, you can just like pull around as you need to. So let's start PhD work. And I will do this from, my schedule was from 8:30 until lunchtime. So 12:30. I need to move me out the way. I've moved just to save that. Let's go back. Right, so I've got now my first block of PhD work in on a Monday from 8:30 till 12:30. What I want to do is edit this so it happens every single weekday, so we have the same thing. So I let this repeat from Monday to Friday. Save that. And then what you see, it fills in the time automatically each day. I have a colour code for mine, so all my PhD work is purple. And then what this happens, it's really good. It pops up and says, would you like to change this event or this and following event? So it allows you to just manipulate the one day if you want to, but then if you want to change everything going forward, you can. So I'll say this and following events. They're all purple. So I've got my PhD work in there. I also had another writing session in the afternoon just after lunch. I'm gonna repeat this every weekday. Boop, and yeah. So the first thing I had in there was my PhD work. That is, to me, the non-compromisable work. So that could be all your lectures, or if you have a 9-to-5 job, you block out 9 to 5. That's the first thing you should do. The next thing I would put in there would be my morning time. Now, I get up really, really early. I don't want you to be freaked out and think I have to get up at 5 in the morning. I've actually done a video on should you get up at 5 a.m. I'll link it here. Consensus is no, like there's no like scientific evidence to say getting up at 5 a.m. is the best thing for you. But it's, for me, the best time to get up because my brain's better in the morning. And if I just get up in time for work, then I'm not getting any of my brain's creative hours for my own projects. So that's why I get up so early. And I just call this my morning routine. And what my morning routine is consisting of at the minute is I wake up, I make myself a cup of tea, of course, because I need tea. It's sort of a bit of a slow routine at the minute. I was doing things like journaling and meditation, but I'm now going to move that to a different point in the day. But when I first made this schedule, that's what I was doing in my morning routine. Let's time block this out every weekday. Save. And colour code for that was this dark blue. So I blocked out my morning routine there. Next thing on my list was to do some of my more creative science communication work. So here I'll just write science communication. Oh, this is going to highlight how much of a terrible speller I am. This work is in pink and I will edit it so it happens every weekday. I really love working early in the morning. I just feel so inspired. So giving myself an hour before I do any PhD work to work on projects that I enjoy, it just puts me in like a good mood for the day. Good mood for the day. I also don't look at my phone anymore until lunch. I know this is a bit beside the point, but I think it's really key that if you're gonna get up early to do some creative work, that your brain is completely in that work and you're not already being distracted by things like the news or social media. So I have a pact with myself that I don't look at my phone until boop, boop, this time 12:30. It's really helped me with being productive. Next thing I had in was my exercise. Yes, exercise, love it. And for me, exercise is so important. For me, it gives me that mental release. If I have a really sweaty workout in the morning, I just feel like I've really accomplished something and my mind is much clearer for the rest of the day. So I block out exercise again for every weekday morning between 7 and 8:30. And there you have it. Then if we go down to the afternoon, I do more science communication work. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. And I know this looks like I don't have any breaks, but I promise you I do. I have breaks within these chunks. So now we have this nice blocked schedule. Oh, and one more thing. At the end of the day, I have a little daily reflection. And I know this sounds like maybe a bit of a strange thing to have. But at the end of each day, I like to look over like what I've done that day and decide what I'm doing for the next day. I think it's a really good thing to plan your to-do list the day before, so in the morning you can get up and just go, and that's something that I like to do at the end of each day. Okay, so now what we have here is this blocked out schedule. I also do put some stuff in on a Saturday. I'm going to leave that for now. Sunday I leave completely free. I'm a big believer in taking a break. I am going to do some videos on the neuroscience behind this and why taking a break and being a bit bored is super good for your brain and getting new ideas, so make sure you subscribe to watch out for that. Okay, so now what we have, if we skip from week to week, you can see the schedule is consistent. This is what I do now on a Saturday. So I will sit on a Saturday and decide what I'm doing for that week in terms of my work in these blocks. This is also the time where you can move things around if you need to. I know some people, they don't have set working hours week to week in terms of their job. You might have shift work, and this is where on a Saturday or when you get your shift schedule, you can move the shifts around from week to week and then adjust your other time blocks as well. First thing I would normally do is decide my PhD work. So I will edit each block. So let's say this week I'm writing a results chapter. So I will say, instead of PhD work, I will say results chapter 1. And then I will just save it for this event. And then when you click that, you'll see that event on the Monday has changed to results chapter 1. I will then do the same for this one. And then for maybe these other ones, I might say I'm gonna go and do figures chapter 1. So all you do is you go through on the weekend and decide what you want to do for each day. And what you're doing here is you're removing that indecision from the week when you come to, you know, Monday morning and you're like, what should I do today? You've already written out a full schedule, and then it's just a case of following the routine. It's a case of going A to B to C to D. This is what I like to do. If I am indecisive, I waste so much time. So having it in my schedule already, it's just a case of, okay, open the laptop, follow the instructions. So that's an example how I do it. Exercise, I do the same thing with my exercise actually. So at the minute, what I've been doing is I've been doing a run every other day, and then I do like weights and stuff. So I'll go through my exercise and do the same thing. And then I also do this for my science communication work as well. Normally with my science communication work, I will have a list of pieces of content that I want to make for that week. I make a list of them, and then what I do in this schedule is designate times for each of the things that I have to do. So if we go science communication, Monday at the minute, what I've been doing is writing YouTube scripts and research. That's normally what I've been doing on a Monday. Then Tuesday, for example, this is when I film all my TikToks. So TikTok. So that's what I do. I go through the week and I just block out what I'm doing. And actually for my science communication work, I do the same things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because then it's the same event. I just do different things within that event. So filming TikToks, there'll be different TikToks each week, but I know Tuesday afternoon is when I do them. I love routine. I love routine. Okay, so that is essentially what I do, and just week to week I alter that. Now for me, this was my schedule during my write-up, so I didn't have, you know, as much structure to it. I am starting back in the lab next week. So what I'm gonna have to do is fill in on the weekend my lab hours. Because of the limitations of people in the lab at the minute, we do have to book certain times to go in. So it will be quite easy to schedule. Before that, I was in the lab, you know, I'd say I'd go in at 9 and finish at 5, 6, and it would sometimes drag on. But I do have to be quite concise with what I'm doing in this period of lab work. I'm going to be going into the lab in the afternoon, so I'll probably just do a straight swap, put that science communication work in the morning and move those blocks for PhD writing into the afternoon and rename them lab work. And then what I'll do on the weekend is fill in the lab work that I need to do that week. So that's essentially it. That is what I do with my schedule. It honestly has really helped me. It makes me feel so much more productive. It has made me much more productive as well. And it's just a nice way to see out your week when you've got every day already blocked out, and what you have to do is just follow through with those instructions. So that's it. I will be doing videos on the neuroscience of deep work and time blocking, and why that is a good way to go about doing things if you have a creative or really hard project to work on. And I'm also going to do a video, I think I might do it as my next video, on the neuroscience behind why making so many decisions is a tough thing for your brain to do day to day, and having a schedule like this really minimizes the amount of decisions that you have to make in a day. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about this, feel free to message me or comment below. And if you want to see more of my antics and science things and PhD things and organization techniques, follow me over on my other social media pages as well, and I will catch you next time. Bye.